Hi everybody, I'm back again. I know it's been a very long time since I last spoke to you, but it's because I've been working on a very long book, which is now finished, and I want to introduce it to you, if I may. It's titled, by the way, I'm going to do two things. One is talk about this book as quickly as I can, and the second is to talk about soulless people, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Now, the book is called Personalities, and as usual, everything was given to me by the Great White Brotherhood. Now, this book is big. It's 70,000 words long, which I don't know if that means anything to you, but it's the size of a novel. Most of my books are much smaller than that, and you could say to yourself, okay, personalities, so what? But this is amazingly complex and delves into all sorts of areas that you wouldn't imagine. Singularities, life forces, the Holy Spirit. It goes on and on. Some of you may find it very difficult because I actually said to the Great White Brotherhood that this was a difficult book and perhaps not everybody would be able to understand it. But they said, well, we don't just give you these books for now, for you people, but for future generations as well. And future generations will be able to understand more than we can at the moment. Because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't understand all of this. It's very, very complicated. But it's called Personalities, and it will be, at the moment, it will be on our site as a PDF file. As soon as the man that does all the behind-the-scenes stuff, or most of it, can get it organised, it will come out on Amazon and quite a variety of different formats. If you want to buy it or read it, but you can get it. It's free, of course, but you can read it or download it as a PDF file on our site if you want. And I won't bother to give you the site. I'll put it in the description below because it's a bit. All right, I will. I will do. It's www.thegreatwhitebrotherhood, all one word, /books/ something like that. You'll see it when you get on there. But I'll check what the description is and put it in the I'll check what the address is and put it in the description underneath. Okay, so I'll just repeat. We've got a new book out. It's called Personalities. It's a big and complicated book, and it's taken me the best part of a year to get, which is why I haven't been making any videos. It's taken me a long, long time, many, many hours every day, or virtually every day, for probably at least 10 months to get this. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's have a look at soulless people. Once again, from the Great White Brotherhood. I'm going to read what they gave me. In a book, we mentioned that there are soulless people. Now, what that was about was I was reading a book, and just as a throwaway, one of their books, and just as a throwaway, they mentioned soulless people and left it at that. So when I was rereading one of their books, I said to him, hold on, what's all this soulless people about? Because I'd never heard of them. Anyway, I'll go on. We wish at this time to expand and explain this topic. Virtually all things, people, animals, plants, and even minerals contain souls because they are all created by God's archangels and thus follow the same format. However, the negative forces from the lower fourth dimension have, for many long years, been attempting to do the same. By and large, they have failed. But the process of creating a human or animal form is fairly easy to do by the simple process of mixing male sperm with a female egg and growing the result in an artificial womb. This process is usually called a test tube baby. The object is to create clones, but as we have explained, that is impossible. Quite apart from the complexities of the DNA process, in the case of grown humans, God's archangels refuse to put the human logos, which is the life spirit, with any grown human, and so the human cannot normally exist. We have explained this in various books and videos. There is one aspect of this that we have not so far mentioned. That is human-looking entities that do not have souls. This is a subject that we would not normally talk about for a number of reasons. First, we do not wish to frighten people, and the idea that there might be people walking about that do not have souls, as we would understand it to be, naturally cause fear. Second, people would tend to think of these beings as being evil, thus causing more fear. We assure you at this point in our explanation that these entities are not harmful, even though their creators were negative. So let us try to explain in a few words who are these soulless beings and who created them. We mentioned demonic forces from the lower fourth dimension that have tried for long ages to create humans with demonic personalities. These creations have always failed, and there are other negative forces that live in the astral realms, such as archons. We say straight away that the archons are not the creators of soulless people. There are other forces that humanity knows nothing of. One of these groups comes from an alternative reality, and it is this group that have, with the help of negative scientists, created soulless people. So far, we have never mentioned this group, but one day we will describe them to you. It serves no purpose to talk about them at the moment, except to say that it is one of these groups that have masterminded soulless people. What we have to tell you now will sound like science fiction, but is nevertheless the truth. May I have a drink of water? Please. Your very good health. Where was I? Truth. This negative group contacted advanced scientists many thousands of years ago, pre-Atlantis, and taught them how to grow test tube babies. In fact, this is not quite true, as it was not a case of creating babies and letting them grow. They created fully grown humans, rather as some insects, ants, bees, etc., are grown fully adult. So these test tube entities were formed as fully mature adults. Their appearance was human. We can only say that they were grown in Eastern countries using Eastern genetic parents, so we would think of them as of Arabic appearance. God's archangels refused to put a logos with them, but these beings, the creators, were sufficiently advanced as to be able to put a sort of life force in them very similar to the life force that grey robots have. And I'll just go back and say, when they say that they are of Arabic appearance, please don't think that Arabic people are being insulted in any way, shape or form when you're not. It's just that was how it was done. We will say something even stranger at this point. These created, soulless humans do not age any more than a grey robot does. They are, in a way, physically immortal. They do not follow the life plan of normal life, which is birth, growth, decline, and death. They were grown as fully adult and remain so. They do not eat, sleep, nor breathe. These entities were created, if you like, long ago and have remained with us ever since. By good fortune for them, having somewhat Arabic appearance, they have escaped notice by modern authorities by living in remote areas where birth certificates and identity cards are not required, and so, by moving from village to village, they have escaped detection. They have sufficient intelligence to be able to talk, and they are overshadowed by their creator masters in the astral realms. Thus they can answer awkward questions, but usually they do not mix with the general population of the area they might be in. They do not work except to have some money to buy clothes, etc. They do not need food. They do not breed. If you were to see one, you would never guess that it was several thousand years old. They are harmless. They can be killed in exactly the same way as normal humans can be killed. But they do not put themselves in harm's way. They take no part in political or religious affairs. They might live in or close to a village, but if anyone notices that time passes and that they do not age, they will move away and join another village. How many of them are there? It is difficult to say, but we would estimate no more than 1,000 individuals. We will stop here as we have given you an overview of this subject. We will expand more when we will discuss these hidden groups of intelligences. And that's that. Very, very strange, don't you think? Anyway, I'll just end by going back to the book we've got out, which is called Personalities, and you can find it on our site, which I mentioned earlier, but which I will put in the descriptive below. But I warn you, it's long and it's complicated, but it's free, which is not bad, eh? Okay, so thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope to come back soon with another topic. I won't leave you alone for so long this time, but I had no choice, so I hope you'll excuse me. Bye.